All right, sports fans, October 31st, Halloween. So far it's living up to the hype. I mean, Halloween's always gotten that big buck nostalgia. One of my brothers was out along with my son this morning. My son did not see anything, but you know, they got to learn. I told him not to hunt where he hunted and to hunt in a different spot, and he decided otherwise based off of previous years. And I'm fine with that. I mean, he needs to start figuring things out. It's all about growth and learning what to do, right? I mean, that's really what it's all about. And he's probably shot more deer there than any of us. So, you know, he's gotten lucky, but over the years, he's listened to me. This year and last year, he's starting to kind of, you know, buck the system a little bit, so to speak. You know, he's 18 now, and his balls are fully dropped, and he's pushing back pretty hard. So, I mean, excuse me, it is what it is. Anyway, but on that note, my brother, speaking of, you know, big buckapalooza, saw just a beast this morning. Just a beast, I guess, one of the biggest bucks he's ever seen in his life in the wild. And then he also saw a pretty nice shooter as well about 10 minutes before, I guess. Not sure. I'm getting this from my son. And I talked to my brother a little bit, but he was between stands, so he didn't have a lot of time to talk. Anyway, I'm going to pick another one of my brothers up, because that's what we do. Mud Lake Outdoors is really just my family and some of the properties we hunt and lease. And, you know, we just have a good old time. So I'm going to pick him up. He's actually never shot a buck before. He's passed on a few, probably shouldn't have, you know, but he's never shot a buck before. So hopefully we can get one on video tonight. And yeah, that'd be really cool. But anyway, hope everyone's season's going well. The wind is pretty brisk today. We're going to be in the low to mid 50s here in Wisco, and we've got some pretty stiff winds. I think they're in the you know, high teens to low 20 mile an hour, and they're constant with upper 20s, you know, at times in peak. So, you know, they'll be skittish, but the bucks are starting to move. You know, you always got that little bit of jump with buck movement, and then all of a sudden, you know, she goes soft for a few days, and then kaboom! You get about 3 days of holy crap, and then she locks down. You know, and then you got to just start dumping yourself as close as you can to a bedding area, and hopefully you got a hot one by you. Because if you don't, it's like Dead Sea. You know, you hear about all these guys, you know, during the gun season, Wisconsin doesn't have any deer. Well, you know, compared to way back in the day, we'll say back in the day, it doesn't. Flat out tell you that it doesn't. I've been a serious hunter since I was about 16. Been hunting since I was about 12. And, I mean, I guess we're always serious, but, you know, I didn't start, you know, really taking it serious till I was, you know, in late teens, I guess, 16, 17. And then I really, you know, took a big jump in my late 20s when, you know, I started paying attention to the wind direction, thermoclines, terrain features, things like that. But, you know, so we used to have a lot of deer in Wisconsin, and then Ernebucks just knocked it way down. The county we're hunting in right now used to just be known for just loads of deer. I mean, you know, you'd see 20, 30, 40 deer come across the field at a clip, and if you didn't see 100 deer in a day, that was a bad day. Now, granted, you know, it might have been, you know, a few different deer circling, same group circling 2-3 times. You know, one would get dumped here and there, but I will say this, the quality of deer has gone up. But then again, you know, that could also be that, you know, just the quality of deer that we're demanding out of our hunts is gone up. You know, not demanding, so to speak, but just waiting for. So, anyway, but you used to, you know, the guys the last couple of years would be complaining about not seeing deer, and the last 2 gun seasons in a row, not only did it get warm, but it happened right on lockdown. I mean, you know, the bucks were locked right up with the does, and I mean, last year I had a buck that literally had a doe 50 yards from me. And every time that doe got up, that buck would get up, circle her, and just push her around until she laid back down. That doe and that buck did not move 40 yards all day. And it wasn't that big of a buck. It was only a 2.5-year-old aid. So, you know, it just shit happens, man. Like me just missing the exit to go get my brother. I should really pay attention. But anyway, I'll let you guys go. Good luck, and we'll check in a little bit. All right, here we go. We're back headed out to the stand. As you all know, I got a buck last weekend, so I'm done shooting, but my brother is headed out, so I guess I'm the so-called guide tonight. More like entertainment. Anyway, wind is coming from the southwest right now, going northeast. It's October 31st, Halloween, and it's approximately 52 degrees. See what happens tonight. Hopefully something big comes by and we can get it on film and increase the viewership, right? You guys have a good one. See ya. All right, so we're up at our stand, and it's a pretty nice stand. It's not what I'm normally used to hunting on. But we have a ag field with winter wheat and some brassicas mixed in with it, and we're coming off of a bedding area. So what we've got, I'll show what we got here. We've got bedding all up there. It's a big hill right there, and it's all oaks, and they'll funnel out probably 40-50 yards away, and hopefully what we're hoping for is they work in here with the wind coming this way from the southwest. Hopefully they work with the wind at their back as they eat. And then we've got a river bottom way over there, and we may get a couple bucks that are crossing that cruising. And then we've got some pretty thick hardwoods back in there that the river bottom wraps around. And again, we got a CRP field tucked up back in here behind this. And what we're hoping for is obviously some does to come out and give us some live bait, and then we can harpoon something. So we got some does out there, and that's not what we're looking for, though. They are within range, but we're looking for some bucks. But I mean, it's pretty cool, obviously. We're just gonna give it a little more time here, and we'll pull bet a buck comes out and chases him around a little bit, but obviously she's not hot, so. All right, we're walking out, and we end up seeing 5 on top of the 2 that we saw in the video, so a total of 7. No bucks, no bucks. This morning, a lot of deer, a lot of bucks show up on Facebook, and I know a few people who saw some pretty nice bucks this morning. My brother and my son. But you know, you always get that one-day glitch right before Halloween or right around Halloween. I think that's it. I think we're a little early right now. I think towards next weekend, they're really going to be running hard. You know, and occasionally you're going to have that oddity where, you know, you get a couple early hot does, but I think for the most part, you know, they're still laying scrapes and checking them later at night. So I guess we'll see what happens. Until next time, you guys have a great night.